Democrats are defending Karen Bass for not being in her burning city, because how could she have predicted these wildfires? After all, she's not a psychic, or Donald Trump, or Joe Rogan, or Adam Carolla. All three have been talking about the California fire risk and forest mismanagement for years. And we got one of those psychics with us right now, joining us from Vegas, Mr. Adam Carolla. All right. I got to ask you, Adam, is your house gone or not?
I'm not sure exactly, because I do know almost everything around my house is gone, but I'm not positive if my house is still there because they won't let us back into the area to observe. There's little dribs and drabs of information, and I'm hopeful that my house is there, but literally everything in front of it and beside it is burnt completely. And I don't know if people know that stretch of PCH, but it is littered with $25 million houses, and they're all gone as far as the eye can see.
How do you feel about the fact that you see these bureaucrats, this managerial class, acting like they didn't see this coming when you were talking about it, and Rogan was talking about it, and Trump was talking about it?
Well, I mean, it's the new world order. You know, they want to defund the police, but they never saw this coming. They want to declare their a sanctuary city, but they never saw this coming. They want to raise the difference between, you know, felon and a misdemeanor to $995 worth of merchandise, but they never saw this coming. You should see this stuff coming when you don't do, we're going to open the border, but who could have seen this coming?
Yeah, it's incredible. And you said it best, I think it was this morning, that you have a group of people offering practical solutions, but then you have these people, Democrats, that are offering these platitudes. They never give you, they'll talk about climate change, but there's absolutely no practical solution for the immediate issues you're facing.
Well, it's interesting because they've been talking about the ocean sea levels rising for 50 years along with climate change, but the sea isn't rising fast enough to put out the fires that they started through mismanagement.
Yeah. And also, it's like, okay, if you're going to get rid of fossil fuels, what is that going to do about the power lines on these big wooden poles that may have led to the fire? So that has nothing to do with it.
Well, it's really like the fires are started by homeless people who are up in the hills slamming drugs and being, passing out while smoking, and power lines that should have been buried years ago that are on old decrepit power poles that are falling over and starting the fires. But either way, those are both two landing squarely on their laps. But here's something to think about, Greg, because I know you like thinking. They're always talking about the homeless population and the unhoused population, and I've been screaming, we're talking about junkies, and we're talking about sociopaths, psychopaths, nut jobs, schizophrenics. They live on the street. Junkies live on the street, not homeless or the unhoused. Well, think about this. I am now homeless. Everybody in Malibu is homeless. Everyone in the Palisades, homeless. Everyone in Santa Monica who's been told to leave either is not in their home or their home is burnt to the ground. So you have a whole bunch of homeless people now. Anybody sleeping on the streets? Anyone sleeping under a freeway overpass or in a refrigerator box on the sidewalk? No. They all went somewhere because they all have a network, because they're not junkies and they're not mental cases. So they reached out to their network, friends, family, community. I had a ton of people say to me, would you like to stay at my home? Because the last time I was there, I didn't steal all their jewelry and all their prescription medication.
It's we got to go, but that is such a great point, because we are fed this fantasy that the homeless are just like us, that it wasn't a lifestyle choice. No. They're homeless because they've cut themselves off from everybody. They could be mentally ill, but could also be drug addicted. It could be a mix of both. But you can't do anything for them. All right, Adam, we got to go. Best of luck. I hope that you get, well, you're always on your feet, but back on your feet in a nice place that is warm and cozy, but not too warm. Thank you, Adam.
Click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You won't get it anywhere else.